Aisha stood up with a mean smile on her face. "Oh, come on, Nana. Everyone knows what you've been doing to get those good grades, sleeping with the teachers. That's really low, even for you." At 16, Nana was the smartest student at Victoria Noble Academy, an all-girls school known for being really strict. She wasn't just super smart, she was also very pretty. With long black hair she always wore in 2 neat buns on top of her head. Her face was so naturally beautiful she never needed makeup. Every day, Nana would wake up early, put on her clean uniform, and head to school ready to learn. When she walks into the classroom, other girls would whisper, "There goes Nana, always perfect, always the best." But Nana didn't care about their comments. She only cared about her schoolwork. In class, Nana always sat in the front row. She raised her hand for every question and always got the answers right. But her beauty was becoming a problem. Even the teachers couldn't help staring at her during lessons. Mr. Thompson, who taught math, would get nervous when explaining problems to Nana. Mr. Oka, the literature teacher, loved Nana's neat handwriting and thoughtful essays. While other students rushed home after school, Nana stayed in the empty classroom to study. One evening, as the sun was setting, Nana was reading her literature book when someone came in. "Nana, you're still here?" a voice called out. Nana looked up and saw Aisha, one of her classmates, standing at the door. "Oh, hi, Aisha," Nana smiled. "Just doing some extra reading." Aisha walked over to Nana's desk and looked at all her books. She laughed a little. "If I was as pretty as you, I wouldn't waste time studying so much," Aisha said. "You could easily get good grades from the teachers who think you're pretty." Nana was confused. "What do you mean?" Aisha smiled in a sneaky way. "Haven't you noticed how the teachers look at you, especially Mr. Thompson and Mr. Oka? You could probably get good grades without all this extra work." Nana was shocked. She never thought about using her looks to get better grades. "But that wouldn't be right," she said. Aisha shrugged. "Just a thought. Anyway, I'm going home. Don't stay too late, okay?" As Aisha left, Nana sat thinking about this new idea. She always believed in working hard and being honest, but could Aisha be right? Could life be easier if she used her beauty to her advantage? That night at home, instead of studying as usual, Nana stood in front of her mirror. She looked at her clear skin, bright eyes, and pretty face. Had she been blind to the power she had? The next morning, Nana woke up earlier than usual. She put on some light makeup foundation, blush, and lip gloss from a birthday kit she'd never used before. She let her hair down in soft waves around her shoulders. When Nana got to school, she immediately noticed the difference. More heads turned than usual, and even some teachers looked at her twice as she walked by. In Mr. Thompson's math class, when he handed out a surprise quiz, Nana panicked because she hadn't studied, but then she remembered what Aisha had said. When Mr. Thompson collected the papers, Nana looked up at him with a sweet smile. "Mr. Thompson," she said softly, "I hope I did well on the quiz. I really want to keep my good grades in your class." Mr. Thompson looked nervous. "I'm sure you did fine, Nana. You're my best student." The next day, Nana was surprised to see a perfect score on her quiz, even though she knew she hadn't answered all the questions correctly. Could Aisha have been right? Encouraged by this, Nana tried the same trick with other teachers. A smile here, a kind word there, and suddenly she was getting good grades on tests she hadn't studied for. At first it felt great. She could finally rest instead of staying up all night studying. As days passed, Nana relied more and more on her looks. She studied less, believing that a smile or batting her eyelashes would be enough to stay at the top of her class. And for a while, it worked. But Nana didn't notice that her classmates were getting angry. Girls who once looked up to her now whispered behind her back. They saw how the teachers favored her and how she seemed to pass tests without working hard like they did. Aisha watched all this with mixed feelings. She had started this plan but hadn't expected Nana to be so good at it. As Nana's grades stayed high while her study time decreased, Aisha became jealous. One afternoon, as Nana was leaving school, she overheard two teachers talking in an empty classroom. She stopped outside the door to listen. "Have you noticed how Nana's been acting lately?" It was Mr. Oka's voice. "Yes, quite a change," replied Mr. Thompson. "She seems to be using her charm more. It's becoming a problem." "The other students are complaining," Mr. Oka said. "They think we're showing favoritism." "Well, can you blame us?" Mr. Thompson laughed. "She's a beautiful young woman, but you're right. We need to be careful. Maybe we can lure her to a hotel during the weekend. Get her outside the school." Nana's heart raced as she hurried away. For the first time, she felt guilty and scared. What had she gotten herself into? That night, Nana couldn't sleep. The teachers had noticed what she was doing, and they seemed to expect something more in return for their favors. This wasn't what she wanted when she started this experiment. The next day at school, Nana felt uncomfortable when the teachers looked at her. Every smile and compliment now seemed to expect something in return. She realized she had started something she didn't know how to stop. After school, Nana found Aisha sitting under a tree looking at her phone. "Aisha, I need to talk to you," Nana said, her voice shaking. Aisha looked up with a small smile. "What's up, beauty queen? Enjoying your new life?" "I think I've made a mistake," Nana said. "The teachers. They're starting to want more than just smiles for the favors they're doing me." "What do you mean?" Aisha asked. "I overheard them talking," Nana explained. "They're expecting something from me. I don't know what to do. This has gone too far." Aisha was quiet for a moment. Then she leaned in close. "Listen, Nana, you've come this far. Don't back out now. If the teachers want more, give them what they want." Nana jumped back, shocked. "What? No, I can't do that." "Why not?" Aisha pushed. "It's just a little further. Think about all the good things you've been getting. Do you want to give that up?" "No, Aisha, this is wrong. I never should have started this. I'm going to stop it now." As Nana walked away, she didn't see the angry look on Aisha's face. She didn't know that her decision to stop would turn her life upside down. The next morning, Nana tied her hair back in its usual 2 ponytails and went to school without any makeup. She was ready to face the consequences and go back to her old ways of hard work and honesty. But as soon as she got to school, she knew something was wrong. Students were in small groups, whispering and pointing at her. Confused and worried, Nana went to her classroom. As she entered, everyone went quiet. Her classmates stared at her with looks of disgust and pity. Nana's heart started racing. What was going on? It was Aisha who finally broke the silence. "Well, well," she said loudly. "If it isn't our little teacher's pet, or should I say little hoe?" Nana felt like she'd been slapped. "What are you talking about?" Aisha stood up with a mean smile on her face. "Oh, come on, Nana. Everyone knows what you've been doing to get those good grades, sleeping with the teachers. That's really low, even for you." Nana's world seemed to spin. "That's not true," she cried out. "I never did anything like that." But no one believed her. The rumor had spread through the whole school like wildfire. Just then, Miss Agata, the school principal, appeared at the classroom door. Her face was serious, and her voice was cold. "Nana, come to my office immediately." As Nana followed Miss Agata through the hallways, she could feel everyone staring at her. Tears filled her eyes. In the principal's office, Miss Agata didn't mince words. "I've heard some very disturbing rumors about your behavior with male teachers. This is a serious accusation. But it's not true, Nana pleaded. I never did anything like that. Yes, I tried to use my looks to get better grades, but I never went further than that. I swear. Miss Agatha's expression stayed hard. Whether it's true or not, the damage has been done. Parents are calling, threatening to take their children out of school if you stay. You've become a problem, Nana. Nana felt like the floor had disappeared from under her. What does that mean? It means, Miss Agatha said with a sigh, that we have no choice but to expel you from Victoria Noble Academy. The news hit Nana like a physical blow. Expelled. Her perfect record, her dreams of graduating at the top of her class, all gone in an instant. As Nana left the principal's office, her world in pieces, she saw Aisha standing in the hallway with a victorious smile on her face. In that moment, Nana realized her friend had betrayed her completely. The next few days were a blur of tears and arguments. Nana's parents were heartbroken by her expulsion. They didn't believe the rumors, but they were angry and disappointed that Nana had tried to use her looks for better grades. "We raised you better than this," her father said, sounding very disappointed. Nana's mother was more practical. "We need to find you a new school," she said. "You can't let this ruin your future." After days of searching, Nana's parents enrolled her in Ika High School, a public school very different from the fancy Victoria Noble Academy. As Nana stood at the gates of Ika High School on her first day, she felt like a different person. The confident, top-of-the-class Nana was gone, replaced by a girl who felt lost and alone. But as she took a deep breath and walked into the school, she made a promise to herself. This was her second chance, a chance to prove she was more than just a pretty face, a chance to show the world and herself that she could succeed on her own merits. Little did Nana know that her journey at Ika High School would bring its own challenges and lessons. This was just the beginning of Nana's story.